Good afternoon, everyone. Gabe Velazquez here with you, transparenttradesolutions.com on a Friday, 26 September. Stocks are just kind of churning here. Let's get right into the charts. On an index level, there really not much to talk about. I mean, the market's just chopping around. You can see right here, been back and forth. Yesterday, they try to sell them off. And, I have this line here. Actually, I'd take that off right there. So you can see right along here, we have this kind of equilibrium back and forth, back and forth. I think if we retake that next week, we probably go make another new high. However, there's a chance we can roll over from some of these levels. So all in all, kind of in no man's land with regards to the S&P. Similarly, the NASDAQ, just kind of, again, bouncing back and forth, almost creating a little bit of also resistance here. Not as clean with that 6,700 level on the S&P futures, but more or less just kind of, again, also the same here. Russell can't get any kind of traction. It's also been chopped. So, that really is where we're at. Notable today, I would say, is oil, focusing. Our group is focusing on oil. We had a potential breakout in oil above the $65 level, but as I cautioned my members that we have to see some follow through, and there's some supply coming up here around the 68 level. So it'll be interesting to see if oil can actually hold here and then rally and so forth. Everything else, just again, just not a lot, just the usual, oil. Gold continues to go higher. Silver is actually the notable ones. I've been writing and talking about silver going to $50 an ounce. I suspect now that is going to go back sooner rather than later. What happens there? I mean, this has gone parabolic. This is going parabolic now. In the past, if you look at these moves in silver, these parabolic moves at some point lead to massive corrections. The question, obviously, from a realistic perspective, is you just never know. But every parabolic move we've seen here in the past, and I can go back almost 20 years. I remember, back in the late 70s. So this is going to be, again, it's really tough to gauge these parabolic moves, but at some point, you're going to get a correction. We had some decent movement in copper this week also with Freeport McMoran having some issues with the mine and then supply issues as well. Whether this continues, we'll have to see. We actually had a nice trade in Southern Copper in our group. We sold that at 121. Right near the highs. We had some calls on that, so that was a really nice trade for us. Just everything else just churning. I think we still need to, there's this government shutdown now coming into the fray here. And lastly, rates continue to move higher. Again, defying all expectations that rates are going to come down after the Fed eases. As I wrote about over the weekend, that is not always the case, and looks like that's going to be the case again. We will have to see what happens. Again, subscribe to the newsletter. I'm going to be writing some interesting stuff this weekend. I just finished a class, interesting on gaps, and I will be probably setting up another class fairly soon. So we will see next week. By the way, again, barring government shutdown, we will have jobs number a week from today. Again, if the government shuts down, that's going to come. We won't have that. So that's going to, that is going to be an interesting week to see what happens with that. Obviously, the markets are shaking that off, kind of shrugging that off, but that could change if, in fact, there is a government shutdown and all the repercussions to go with that. In any event, again, put a commentary in, give me a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel. I will see you next week. Take care.